President M. Venkaiah Naidu appeals citizens to treat khadi as a national fabric and promotes its use extensively. 9 new judges take oath as justices in Supreme Court of India. Assam flood situation grim as 21 districts hit, affecting over 3,63,000 people. Prime Minister Modi assures all possible support to tackle floods. Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh distributes e-cart waste collection vehicles to various urban local bodies. And in the Tokyo Paralympics, Singraj Adana wins bronze in shooting, Mariappan Thangavelu rests silver and Sharat Kumar bronze in high jump. A very good evening, viewers. Welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin from the studios of DDK Guwahati. This is Sukanya Bharadwaj. And now the stories in detail. Launching the Khadi India Quiz contest organized by the Khadi and Village Industries Commission as a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu appealed to the citizens to treat khadi as a national fabric and promote its use extensively. Calling upon everyone to join the Khadi Quiz contest, the Vice President said the contest is an interesting way of taking us back to our roots. Khadi recollects the historic moments of our freedom struggle and the unparalleled contribution of our great freedom fighters. Recalling the sacrifice of freedom fighters, Naidu said freedom fighters like Matangini Hajra, Bhagat Singh, Prittilata Wadedar, Rajguru and Shukdev didn't think twice before sacrificing their lives to realize their common dream of a free nation.
There's so much to learn from our freedom fighters, from their life. Especially the spirit of keeping the interest of our motherland ahead of everything else. Nation first. Party or profession next, self last. That should be our motto.
9 new judges, including 3 women, today took oath as justices in Supreme Court of India. They are Justice Abhay Srinivas Oka, former Chief Justice of Karnataka High Court, Justice Vikram Nath, former Chief Justice of the Gujarat High Court, Justice Jitendra Kumar Maheshwari, former Chief Justice of Sikkim High Court, Justice Hima Kohli, former Chief Justice of the Telangana High Court, and Justice B.V. Nagarthana, former Judge of the Karnataka High Court. Besides Justice C.T. Ravi Kumar, former Justice of the Kerala High Court, Judge of the Kerala High Court, Justice M.M. Sudresh, former Judge of the Madras High Court, Justice Vela M. Trivedi, former Judge of the Gujarat High Court, and P.S. Narasimha, former Additional Solicitor General, were also administered the oath of office by the Chief Justice of India, N.V. Ramana, at a special function held in New Delhi this morning. With the flood situation in Assam continuing to be grim, more than 3,63,000 people from 21 districts in the state have been hit due to incessant rains in Arunachal Pradesh and neighbouring Bhutan. The Assam State Disaster Management Authority stated that Borpeta, Bishwanath, Kachar, Chirang, Darang, Dhemaji, Dhubri, Dibrugarh, Golaghat, Jorhat, Kamrup, Karbi Anglong West, Lakhimpur and Majuli have been affected by floods. Other districts are Morigaon, Nagaon, Nalbari, Sibsagar, Sonitpur, South Holmara and Tinsukia. Water levels have crossed the danger mark in several districts and is rising in Borpeta and Kamrup districts. So far, 950 villages under 50 revenue circles have been submerged, even as 2 children met a watery grave in the last 24 hours. Meanwhile, Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma has ordered heavy vehicles to ply on alternative road circumventing the park area and road. 70% of the park have been submerged, even as animals are taking shelter on National Highway 715 inside the park. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today spoke to Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma and took stock of the flood situation in parts of the state. Modi assured him all possible support from the centre to help mitigate the situation. He also prayed for the safety and well-being of those living in the affected areas. To address the problem of access to finance in rural Meghalaya and to strengthen the business correspondent BC model, an MOU was signed between Finance Department and Meghalaya Rural Bank to deploy 600 BCs across the state with state government support, said State Chief Minister Conrad Sangma. This will help the state achieve its objective of financial inclusion, especially in transferring financial benefits directly into the bank accounts of eligible beneficiaries in unbanked and underserved areas in Meghalaya, the tweet stated. Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh today distributed e-cart waste collection vehicles to various urban local bodies of the state at a solemn function held at Imphal. E-cart waste collection vehicles are procured under the Project Management of Solid Waste on Regional Basis Cluster B in Manipur under a scheme funded by the Ministry of Donor Government of India. The total cost of the project is 13.52 crore rupees. 75 e-carts were being given to 7 urban local bodies of Manipur today. These vehicles were distributed as a measure to promote the use of electric vehicles to tackle global warming and climate change. These vehicles are economically and environmentally advantageous compared to conventional fuel power vehicles. Chief Minister Biren Singh informed media persons that the state government is signing a Memorandum of Understanding MOU with a company for setting up of a manufacturing unit in Manipur. Tripura Chief Minister Biplab Kumar Dev inaugurated the Mukhyamantri Sushta Shaishab Sushta Kaishor Abhiyan today in an initiative to eradicate the problem of malnourishment of children in the state. In a tweet, the Chief Minister asserted that the Tripura government makes sure that no children go malnourished even in these tough times of the pandemic. He expressed his gratitude to PM Narendra Modi for providing all the help from the centre and making the drive possible.
তৈরি করা আর তার জন্য হেলথ বিভাগ হোক সোশ্যাল ওয়েলফেয়ার হোক ডিডব্লিউএস হোক এই যে দপ্তরগুলো আছে মিলিতভাবে কাজ করার যে কার্যক্রম আজকে দিনে শুরু হয়েছে যেমন ডিডব্লিউএস শুদ্ধ পানীয় জল
Meghalaya Power Minister James Sangma yesterday said the Umgot power project is not in the government's priority list. The statement comes following large-scale opposition to the proposed project. James Sangma clarified that government is not moving ahead with this project and it will take all stakeholders on board before taking any call on the matter. Recently, residents of Umgot area had asked the government to scrap the project as they feared that the project will have an adverse effect on Umgot River, which is a major tourist spot in Meghalaya.
In terms of movement, there is nothing on the part of the government to, as I said, Umgot is not something which we have initiated or we are suddenly going to give, the go-ahead to some companies to start the project. There is nothing, and I don't know where this apprehension has come about from. What is the genesis of that apprehension? If, and there's a big if, we are to go ahead with the Umgot project, there may be some fears which are very genuine and
in the Tokyo Paralympics, Singraj Adana won bronze medal in the 10-meter air pistol shooting at the Asaka shooting range. Indian shooting contingent's brilliant run continued on day 7 as shooter Manish Narwal qualified for the medal round in the men's 10-meter air pistol. In the high jump T63 category, Mariyappan Thangavelu bagged silver while Sharat Kumar clinched bronze. Bhavina, who had won an historic silver in the singles event on Sunday, lost to Ying Zhou for the third time in the competition. The Chinese had also beaten her in the singles final. The Indian challenge in the compound men's open archery ended after fancied Rakesh Kumar lost to former world champion Xingliang Ai of China in a tight quarter-final battle. India now have 2 gold, 5 silver and 3 bronze medals, whereas China topped the chart with 57 gold, followed by Britain with 27 gold. India has administered over 64 crore 5 lakh doses of COVID vaccine so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. Union Health Ministry said more than 59,62,000 vaccine doses were administered in the last 24 hours. The ministry said 36,275 COVID patients recovered during the last 24 hours and the national recovery rate has reached 97.53%. Till now, more than 3 crore 19 lakh people have recovered from COVID-19. The country reported 30,941 new cases in the last 24 hours. Currently, India's active case load is at around 3,70,000. The active cases constitute 1.13% of the total reported cases. However, the daily positivity rate stands at 2.22%. The ministry said around 52 crore 15 lakh COVID-19 tests have been conducted so far. Over 13 lakh 94,000 tests were conducted yesterday. Logging 900 active cases, Arunachal Pradesh has topped 51,800 discharge cases, even as the dead account for 260. In Assam, the caseload for active cases is 5,613, followed by 5,76,241. The tally for the dead is 5,655. With 3,340 active cases in its kitty, Manipur has recorded 1,08,430 discharge cases. The death toll is 1,781. Saddled with 2,509 active cases, Meghalaya has topped 71,919 cured cases, even as the dead account for 1,307. Mizoram has a caseload of 9,107 active cases, followed by 49,798 released cases. The dead account for 214. Nagaland has 767 active cases, even as cured cases logged 28,619. The tally for the dead is 617. Reporting 1,186 active cases, Sikkim has notched up 28,285 released cases. The death toll is 370. Tripura has 930 active cases, 81,132 cured cases, even as the dead account for 800. By pairing Sikkim and national capital Delhi, the Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat campaign promotes opportunities to people of these states for appreciating, learning and exchanging the best practices. Food, cuisine, heritage, tourism and lifestyle, among others, are some attractive facets. For instance, Delhi's heritage sites, museums and monuments drew the attention of the Bangkok-based writer and journalist Shraddha Chetri during her stay in Delhi in the past. As Shraddha has already returned to Delhi this year, she looks forward to visiting the city's popular hotspots. Shopkeepers and general public of Nongpo and Umlingdet village have been substantially affected by the flash floods which occurred yesterday following unmitigated heavy rains at around 12 noon. Village leaders comprising Philed Tongso from Nongpo and S. Khongkor and B. Marwe from Umlingdet village said the people face the same problem every year owing to lack of proper drainage system in the area. The village leaders urged the state government, district administration and local representatives to raise this issue with the National Highway Authority of India. The leaders demanded a new drainage system be constructed to put an end to the problem of flash floods. For more updates, viewers can also watch our bulletins and other programs on our YouTube channel, DD News Guwahati. To end the news, the main points once again. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu appeals citizens to treat khadi as a national fabric and promote its use extensively. 9 new judges take oath as justices in Supreme Court of India. Assam flood situation grim as 21 districts hit, affecting over 3,63,000 people. Prime Minister Modi assures all possible support to tackle floods. Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh distributes e-cart waste collection vehicles to various urban local bodies. And in the Tokyo Paralympics, Shingraj Adana wins bronze in shooting, Mariappan Thangavelu raised silver and Sharat Kumar bronze in high jump. That brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.